think it should be okay.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of a song. Green and yellow, green and yellow.
As we go on, we remember. You have any sad songs out there we can play for Rodgers?
Lean on me.
Pick something up.
When you're not strong. That's it. It's a cover. That's the music. Starting with the cover this week.
Huh. Alright. You're talking about that Lil Wayne one, right?
Oh yeah, I guess that is technically like a cover.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
No, that's what. Yeah, I was talking about. I was saying my own voice. You know how there's so many voice like YouTube cover videos.
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Like people will sing a song and be like, people will be like, Owl City cover or something, or like, the main cover, and they'll perform it by themselves.
I feel like you might be speaking directly to one of our league mates.
I might be.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
I
about.
might be.
You're just saying in general, people that like,
Yes.
okay, just do covers.
Yeah.
So is there like a specific like lead on me one? Or that's one that we open with so we don't get copyright?
Yeah. Yeah, we sing.
I got you. Alright, we're back. We're back to another episode of Sell High Dynasty. Episode 4. Week 2 loading. And we still in this bitch.
Even though I was 0-3 this week in my fantasy teams.
0-3. I think I was 3-1, but a lot of injuries out there. So I feel like there weren't any serious big injuries in training camp like at all. But week 1 hit like a fucking Mack truck, like T-Pain with his Ford F850 or 650, wherever the fuck it was, sitting high, hitting everyone. We got the God Achilles taking out my boy J.K. Dobbins, who I acquired draft day.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah, and then obviously
The big
took
one.
out our God.
Never forget.
Yeah.
9/11, the day Rodgers blew out his Achilles. The night after he was just hanging out with Vinny Testaverde. Did you hear about that at all? Or someone was like, I haven't been this excited for a Jets game since.
Or they see that skinny guy on Barstool said that, but like, fuck
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I say that Aaron Rodgers now has loose change in his fucking shoes so he can't fucking step on his heel because he had to go jump ship to fucking New York because Brian Gutekunst has too big of an ego, sitting there all smug after their win against the fucking Bears. You know that he fucking texted his friends, was like, dude, fuck Rodgers. Like, I don't even care about the first round pick. Isn't there fallout for the Packers because if he doesn't play 70% of snaps or whatever?
It's either a first round or a second round pick, so
I think it was a first. So yeah, so instead of being a first, it'll be a second round pick now?
yeah. Which is
devastating.
a fleece. Fucking fleeced them. Let's just be real here.
The straight Patagonia.
Straight fleeced. which sucks. Obviously, we really like Rodgers here. We're a pro Rodgers family.
That's true.
It really sucked to see him go. It just was so ironic, yeah, because everyone built it up, and it was exact same thing that happened to Vinny Testaverde when they were all hyped up, and the Jets are just cursed. The goddamn Jets. Ask Adam Sandler. Haven't won since 1969.
Shout out to the Sprouse twins.
What else about Aaron
Rodgers? Such a sweet life of Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it just sucks, honestly, because I've always blamed the front office more. Yes, I know Rodgers has shortcomings where a lot of times in big games, you feel like he settles for field goals when they can punch teams out with touchdowns. You think about that with the Buccaneers as recently as 2 years ago or whatever it was, the COVID season. And prior to that, the Seattle Seahawks, where our defense played well enough and then we would always like settle. But most times, Aaron Rodgers' shortcomings, the only reason you can really hate on him were his losses in playoffs, and mostly it was always because of the defense. And it was just asinine that we would just get by on offense with these mediocre players, and Aaron Rodgers would accelerate, or just accelerate them being good in the NFL, just making players like Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb relevant to where they could have second contracts or Cobb like third and fourth contracts. So I was just always rooting for Rodgers because I felt like he never had the support, and the Jets front office, with open arms, Todd McShay's boy, Joe Douglas, welcomes with open arms, and Woody Johnson, from Johnson & Johnson, the vaxxer, he opens up Rodgers with open arms. It might be karma that Rodgers was maybe a little disingenuous about the shot and maybe his beliefs, and maybe there's a little gray area. But the Jets had everything laid out for them, and you see how they played in that game, where their defense looked amazing. That guy had 3 picks, easy picks. Josh Allen just fucking back on his bullshit.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten better since year 3.
What was his name? Whitehead or something?
I'm not sure.
3 picks, yeah. He got a bonus or something.
But yeah, so I was drinking the Jets Kool-Aid. I liked them on Hard Knocks, even though it was an Aaron Rodgers dick sucking fest. But I was still an Aaron Rodgers fan. I wanted to see him succeed and get to a Super Bowl in the AFC East that Brady has been marching through his whole career. And now it's stacked because Rodgers comes there. But it's just really unfortunate. And I think that they're just going to turn it into like a turf thing. And I kind of believe that, like, as like a person that I'm not like a superior athlete or anything like that, but I've always would prefer playing on grass. I remember playing like baseball, like rubber fields in baseball, and that shit just sucked. It just doesn't have like a natural give where you don't have to like think about every step. I feel like you just like for a split second you can have the turf give out on you where grass has a little bit more give. But
I couldn't believe they still have them after like OBJ. Like, that was a non-contact injury. All of a sudden, was that the Super Bowl? All of a sudden he tore his ACL just because he like planted his foot in the ground. And yeah, anytime you kind of are on turf, it just bounces back at you. It feels so weird. So feel bad for Rodgers. I did want him to play 65% of the snaps, low key. So I am a Packers fan. That sucks, and I do feel for Rodgers. But I mean, what can we say? He was old. We thought he was in really great shape, taking care of his body, but not everyone is Tom Brady, unfortunately. And we all thought he could be something like that or better when he first got his Super Bowl. R.I.P.
I don't think that's a fair comparison. Like this is a freak accident. I don't think it's anything that Rodgers did wrong. I don't think it's really anything to do with the turf. It's just playing that in the NFL, and he's been fortunate enough to never have like a season-ending injury. Yeah, he had the collarbone where he missed like 10 weeks and stuff like that, but it was nothing ever season-ending. So the Packers would always be in the mix, but I don't necessarily think that by Aaron Rodgers getting hurt that it like is somehow indicative of him not being like prepared or not being better than Tom Brady. He's still the most talented quarterback in my eyes ever. Yes, he doesn't have the rings, but football is the most team sport that there actually is. Like one player cannot win a single game, and it just sucks, dude, because he just deserves better. He's had a great career, and the NFL this year, the storyline would be better if Aaron Rodgers is in the fucking mix, and he's not gonna get to play against Mahomes again. He's not gonna be able to do that, and it just sucks that at 39 years old, it's like J.K. Dobbins' career is over because he's a running back. I get Aaron Rodgers, his career is damn near over because mobility is so huge, and you know he's gonna do some crazy shit and go to like Germany for all these surgeries. Whoever Kobe Bryant went to when he made it the free throw after tearing his Achilles, he's gonna go to that same fucking doctor. They got the new drugs. He's not gonna get tested. He's gonna do some natural shit and get around it. But it's still just a year lost. And after going into like the darkness retreat and deciding he wants to come back and request a trade for the Jets, he was always coming back, but he decided in the darkness that he wanted to force his way out of Green Bay. And I don't know if it's the Lambeau gods or what, putting a curse on the New York Jets, the big media against the Green Bay folklore, the first ever Super Bowl winners against the big media. It is something that doesn't work out. They can't take what's ours, I guess. We just hold on to it.
Yeah. And we're not going to go too much into last week other than that. Feel for the Jets. Garrett Wilson's catch was unbelievable.
Oh, that was sick, yeah.
Gibson, that was awesome too. Overtime. Gotta love having football back. We were.
Jets defense showing out, dude. Their fucking defense is nice. But I found a lot of the redraft leagues I'm in, they don't give points for defense based on how many yards they give up. And I think that's like one of the biggest indicators of a defense playing well, which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
It's only based on like turnover, sacks, and touchdowns, which kind of blows.
Yeah, agreed. That is bullshit. But yeah, I mean, you had a party for the game. Our friend JT Yanni had a party for the game, 2 blocks away from each other.
Dual parties. Yeah, my show was chill. I shout out to Jake McKinney. He brought over a TV, a 55-inch Vizio, so I got that set up. It kind of hurt. I got a small living room, so I kind of had to rearrange stuff so people didn't get to actually see my place how I intend for it to be seen. But you know me, hosting my ass off. I love doing that shit. We had a taco party. My parents brought some chicken fajitas. I had that ground beef and that cheddar. Those gringos be popping. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a good time. We had a lot of league mates stop through. We had you came through. We had Will the Thrill came through. John with his wife. And then we also had Miss Skinny. Yanni even stopped by early for the noon games for a little tap bit to get some salmon from Jake because he was on his charter cruise.
Oh yeah, Jake with the salmon.
and then yeah, it was a good time. I had my parents over and then my sister and her kids, and it was just nice. Football is family, okay? It goes faith, family, football, fornication.
Exactly, yeah. It was
the 4 F's.
It's great being back in it, just watching stuff and then like being like, oh shit, what happened? And even kind of missing something, you're like, oh, I'll be able to watch it later. This is football. This is so amazing. Like, there's so much football. I can't even keep track of everything that's happening right now. Just fucking love it. Red Zone is... You can get Red Zone with NFL Plus now, so that's really nice.
Were you able to cast it to the TV?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you got it on the app, you can just watch it on there.
Because that's what was their drawback for a while. Because that used to be the only other way around Red Zone, besides if you had a cable package. So it sounds good. It sounds like you don't need any sort of cable. You can get it now.
It's awesome. And some games, too, you can watch on there, too, which I was surprised to see this weekend. I think just the local ones, but still, that's dope. I was watching Red Zone driving down here because I visited early. I just had it on in the car when I was driving.
I always do that whenever I leave my cabin on like a Sunday. It's like, all right, well, for Madison on, Red Zone will be on the fucking front screen.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if it would have been at my crib, you had 2 TVs, you wouldn't miss a fucking lick.
Yeah, Aaron's setup was nice.
It always is. You know I come correct because I want it to be the best experience possible for myself. And hey,
we love having triple screens, 518 boys.
Yeah.
But going along with last week, we did picks, and won't go too much into it. Aaron had 7 picks that he got right, and then I had 10. So that's just week 1.
Yeah, most notable, Bob was on the Lions, I was on the Chiefs, Bob was on the Falcons, I was on the Panthers, we both were on the Jags, Bob was on the Packers, I was on the Bears, and then both had Eagles, I had Rams, Bob had Seahawks, we both had Cowboys, and then Bob had the Jets, and I had the Bills. But yeah, so I was 7-9, and Bob was 10-6. So we'll see. We want to do a punishment. I brought this up, but I don't know if we could do something better. That we basically just offer the other person a risk-free bet, kind of like how casinos and sportsbooks do it. Like where I'll just be like, say I lose theoretically, I just say, okay, Bob, you have $100 of a free wager, and if you win, I get the $100 back that I risk, but you just get all the winnings, because that's how like a free bet works in a sportsbook. But if you think there's something more fun, I was just thinking that monetarily that's like a decent outcome for everyone, because the loser you still get a chance to break even, and the winner obviously can reap the benefits of that. But I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, out there for the fans, if you put in the comments below, comments and like and subscribe, unsubscribe and then resubscribe, and then yeah, let us know what our punishment should be.
Keep it coming. Funnel those subscribe buttons.
Let's get those algorithms. I was in between saying LG Rhythm from my favorite Space Jam movie and algorithm, and I was like, wait, which one's the real one?
But this week we're gonna be better. I guess we can go right into our games.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go into the games, and like through the games we'll talk about our blips and chips, maybe that popped off, and maybe just the storylines of these teams. But yeah, so Thursday night, what do we got?
Yeah, we got Vikings at Philadelphia. Eagles are favored by 7, and the over-under is 48.5. So this is an interesting game. I feel like these two teams have history.
They do have history. There was that fucking Philadelphia Eagles kid. I think the game was in Lincoln Financial in Philadelphia, the year they won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles, just like screaming in that Minnesota lady's like face, just saying "fuck you, go Birds." If I can find it, I'll try to fucking put it in right here. But it's so fucking hilarious. But Philly fans are hilarious and against Minnesota nice. So that's the little rivalry there.
Yeah, they. I feel like back in the day they probably played some playoff matches too, but probably gonna be a great match on Thursday, honestly. I cannot pick the spread, I don't think, even though I think the Vikings suck. Nice to see that Addison got a long touchdown. I didn't even notice how Madison did. Did he do okay?
He got a touchdown, but it was just pedestrian, probably around like 15 to 20 carries. 60-ish yards and a tutty, but nothing crazy. If he didn't have a touchdown, he would just have an average game. But yeah, Justin Jefferson fucking balled out, didn't get a tutty, and he was pissed after the game, which obviously they have Kirk fucking Cousins putting up 350 yards and shit, but still sucking at like 3 turnovers. It's just like,
they're gonna throw a lot.
Kirk will be
TJ Hawkinson was the TE1.
With 11 points, that was TE1?
Yeah.
I told y'all, respect him, Hawk. That's why I don't fuck with tight ends. 11's one? Come on.
That's about, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the average for them. But no, that's still, they look good. Eagles, obviously, a lot to talk about there. Gainwell is a waiver.
He's probably not going to play this week, though, which is interesting. He's hurt and hasn't practiced yet, so usually Wednesday is just a walkthrough. So if he doesn't practice, we'll do the walkthrough tomorrow, playing Thursday. He probably won't play, and then maybe DeAndre Swift, who had 1 fucking carry for like 3 yards. Maybe it's his turn. Maybe Rashad Penny, who was inactive, which many people drafted for some reason. Maybe he gets some tick or a blast from the past. shout out to this guy. He helped me acquire Brandon Ayuk and a second round pick in year 1 of our dynasty. Trey Sermon might be activated if Kenneth Gainwell's can't go. So, but yeah, that's one to keep an eye on because Kenneth Gainwell is one of the hot names to pick up right now. But I see it as a committee all year, and we'll bring it up when their games get up. But I have other guys ahead of him, but definitely someone on your radar for sure, Kenny Gainwell, no matter if he plays or not.
Yeah, Will's always had him, always been a supporter of him.
I had him first.
Aaron had him first. Those transactions.
Count them up.
So if there's a pick from this game, I mean, the wide receivers, Dallas Goedert didn't get any points, which was crazy, but Devonta Smith went off, AJ Brown hit his floor, like 15 points or something, and Jalen Hurts actually didn't do that well.
He had a weird fumble at the end of the game when they could essentially get a first down and run it out. The Patriots had like 2 chances to win that game, and then Mac Jones actually played decent after having a struggling first half, but I think it's just, I always take myself back to like the Packers against the Saints, like whatever year Aaron Rodgers, when we lost to the Buccaneers, we had just a terrible ass game. It's like a lot of these teams, I'm looking for them to flip the script. But both these teams, I think the Eagles will, being the better team on a short week, will come back and take care of business. I think that Philadelphia will be rocking. They were in Boston. They fucking hate being around Boston. I think they're feel good, feeling home, feeling fresh, feeling right. Playing the Minnesota Vikings, purple ass bitches. Even though my girl's got purple hair and I like that about her. But in football, the only way I want to see you purple is to get hit in the fucking mouth, in the fucking trenches.
Purple and blue bruises.
So I know the number's kind of big, but I think the Vikings defense sucks. I kind of like the over a little bit, but I'm just going to ride with Eagles -7.
Eagles -7. I'm actually going to go the under. I feel like, the Eagles had to open up the season at Boston. You have to come correct, and it was a tough game. Vikings just got tossed around by Baker. Something's going on with Kirk. Maybe they're filming quarterback season 2 or something.
Well, what's crazy is like everything was set up perfectly for Kirk, and he set a good game without those turnovers. He would have had a great game, like a super Kirk game. But this is primetime Kirk, so that's why I'm big on the Eagles. Like the Eagles, I think could, as a team, put up like 30 to 40 points. But I like the under too. I think either of those are fun plays.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the under. I think Eagles have a great D line, and Minnesota's got too many weaknesses.
I bet you. I don't know if that rookie guy that slipped in the draft because he got in a car accident with his buddy. I don't know if he got any sacks or anything in the first game, but I bet you he gets a sack.
He looked good actually
for the storylines.
But yeah, that leads us to our second game, the Packers at Atlanta. I would have loved to go to this game. My brother-in-law is a Falcons fan. Plus to see Falcons Stadium, and they got the cheap food. Win. I would have loved that.
I mean, the game hasn't started yet.
Facts. I should have just waited. I was in Atlanta like a couple of months ago. Shout out ATL.
From that dirty.
Southern hospitality. But in terms of this game, it's interesting. I was talking about it with my brother-in-law because the teams are at similar spots almost. Got a young, unproven QB who a lot of people don't like. Good
I'll tell you who
backs.
doesn't like him. Drake London doesn't like him. Kyle Pitts doesn't like him. Everyone that has Drake London or Kyle Pitts in their fantasy team don't like them, or doesn't like Ritter. But I digress.
Well, I was talking about both. And yeah, exactly. People hating on Ritter, even though he had the highest QBR last week. But no, he was checked down Charlie.
CC, do you love me? Check on Charlie.
On the other end of the spectrum, Jordan Love was QB 3 or 4, depending on your league settings. And
try to ignore him. You might give up.
Yeah, Bill, you gotta go.
Just try not to touch him.
But Yeah, these teams are similar. They got good defenses, both of them.
Wait, you just said the Packers are similar to the Falcons?
Yeah. Kind of a division that's up in the air, young offenses, pretty decent lines, good defenses. They do run a lot, I think. I mean, the Packers run a lot.
Is Aaron Jones gonna play? Probably not.
I don't think so. Yeah, so that's gonna be tough. Yeah, Jordan Love. I think he has kind of a similar game, but probably less yards and touchdowns. Not the greatest completion percentage, maybe, but hopefully no interceptions. And same with Desmond Ridder, probably better completion percentage, less yards, probably a couple interceptions. I bet Jair gets some for an interception this week for his first one. But the under is 40.5. Packers are favored by 1.5. This is tough. I might have to go the over here.
Yeah, I don't know what I think about this game. I guess I'll figure it out when I talk through it. But for Jordan Love, for me, I thought that he was okay. He missed a couple throws. Luke Musgraves, he had that one wide open on the wild play where it looked like he fumbled the corner, then went for the sack or pickup or whatever, and then just chucked it up 30 yards. Luke Musgrave was scared to be great. We'll see. But I think Jordan Love was just average. Our defense really just fucking shut down the run for the Bears for the most part until late in the game where we do our drop back nickel shit where Roshan Johnson's going off. But I think the Packers defense I think that they'll be able to stop the run. That's really the storyline of this game. That's why I kind of have to talk it out to think about my pick because in order for this to go over, the Packers you think would have to have a lot of possessions or they'd have to stop the Falcons on the run because the Falcons are going to predominantly run. Tyler Algier getting 2 tutties in the red zone, even though Bijan Robinson had a nasty ass first touchdown catch where he made one guy miss and then ran through 2 other guys for those 7-yard. He was playing a lot of receiver and just like motion guy, like doing a lot of jet sweeps. So hopefully that changes. He gets a little more behind under the ball, but for this game, I'm going to take the over. I think there's going to be some big plays. I think the Packers sometimes are susceptible to big plays, and with Drake London not having a catch or whatever, Kyle Pitts not doing shit, I think that one of those guys will score a touchdown, maybe like just a jump ball to Drake London for like 40 yards, even if it's garbage, but I'll take the over 40.5 in this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take that too.
What the strategy? Have me pick first and then
I picked it first. What do you mean?
Oh, you didn't pick that?
Listening?
Well, I was listening, but then I forgot what you said. And I thought you said under. That's why I was so emphatic over. You did pick that first?
Yes.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Okay. Well, the way you responded was like, I think I'll pick that too. It's like, well, I thought you already picked it then.
I was like, I think I'm gonna go with the over. I was kind of thinking of that, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you're a big Ritter guy. You're a big Algier guy, but
I can see 3 touchdowns from each team, so I can picture the over easy, but maybe not. It could be a shitty ass game.
Yeah, it could be shit. It could be shit. The Falcons have a good defense. I don't even know that.
Yeah, they do actually. They got a good safety, Jesse Bates. They got a few good people.
Guy from Cincinnati.
Yeah. I think he had 2 interceptions. Or one against what's his face last week, Bryce. But
it's just hard for me to pick the Packers because I see them as more or less a 500 team throughout the year, but they have a really easy schedule. During the game last week, they flashed their schedule. It's like, fuck, that's easy as shit. They could easily be like 4-1.
Yeah, I do think they win. I guess they are favored, so no surprises there. But I feel like they're better than Atlanta for sure. Anyways, going into our next game, we got
this is ugly.
The shitty Bears and the Buccaneers, who look mediocre.
Baker trying to be all hardo again on the sidelines. He's up right now. You know he's gonna get humbled. I don't even have much to say about this game, but I just know that Baker Mayfield's not going fucking 2-0. Like, I know the Bears suck. They always will suck. They tried to do that drop back shit with Justin Fields, had no design runs again. Just like last year he started popping off in fantasy when they just let him loose. But they're trying to do this, and they haven't changed their game plan from like the first 6 weeks of last year. They haven't evolved on what he did well. But saying all that, I'm going to still go with the Bears +3. Because I think that Tampa Bay getting 3 points, it's basically Vegas saying it's a pick 'em by the home team getting 3. But I'm taking the Bears all day. Hopefully, Roshan Johnson. I actually think that he's a guy that I would take over Kenneth Gainwell for in claims. That'll help you maybe throughout the whole year. I think he has a better chance of getting like 70% like snap share, whereas Kenneth Gainwell, he might have even had that in week 1, but throughout the year, I think they have deeper stable than the Chicago Bears. So I like Roshan Johnson as a waiver wire pickup for the Bears. I like DJ Moore as a bounce back. If you have him as anytime touchdown scorer, I like him as having a good week this week. Chase Claypool might be out of the league soon.
Yeah, oh my god.
But yeah, other than that, Mike Evans, if you have Mike Evans on your team, I'm trying to trade his ass ASAP. After he scored a touchdown, I would want to trade him if I was a fantasy owner with Mike Evans. But Rashad White, he's still just going to be what he is. He's going to be a guy that gets some volume. You just hope he gets a touchdown. But yeah, give me the Bears.
I think, I guess it's not like Tampa Bay's game last week was anything crazy, but I don't think they're terrible. Their defense is, again, not terrible.
Antoine Whitfield out there making plays. Yeah, they still got a lot of the guys from the Super Bowl. And they still got all those guys.
All these remnants, and they still got their wide receivers. Baker is... What the fuck happened to Baker? Goddamn, he used to be on all those commercials, and he obviously sucked. Like, I think his EPA is very bad, but he got it done last week. I'm gonna go with the Bucs -3, and I don't want to watch that game. I think the Bears just fucking suck. Justin Fields, I'm sorry. You're very fast. But yeah, he's not throwing like. Have you ever seen him make a throw where you're like, damn, that was a nice throw?
For me, whenever he throws, I always feel like he's aiming it. Like he doesn't actually just like let one go like freely and confidently. It's weird. As a person that likes to just like throw things like my whole life since I was a kid, like it's just like weird. He doesn't like have like confidence in it. I don't know what it is. He like just short arms everything. But that's what's awesome about Justin Fields. He doesn't have to be a great quarterback to be relevant in fantasy. He had a shitty game last week, and he still had like 16 or 18 points, depending on what type of league you're in. And it's just like, that's a great floor.
Yeah. So you went with the Bears, I went with the Bucs.
Yes, sir.
The next game...
Ooh, I like this game.
Yeah, last year...
Popped off, yeah.
Seattle versus at the Lions. Last year they went crazy. I think it was like 50-49 or something. Yeah.
It was up there for sure.
It could be that way this year too. I mean, big surprise with the Seahawks looking like shit against the Rams, fucking, and the Lions at the opposite end of the spectrum, beating the Chiefs. Well, the spread is 5.5. Lions are favored, and the over/under is 47. So this one's kind of tough. The Lions are at home. I think Gibbs is gonna get worked better, so he's a great person. I think this week.
I think Montgomery might have got banged up a little bit too. I don't know if it's serious, but I think he maybe got banged up.
Yeah,
it feels like so long ago though. Last fucking Thursday. Also, shout out to everyone that went to Stenny's on Thursday for the opening night kickoff.
True.
We had some of the fantasy squad there. Shout out Stevie securing the table in the back. I still don't know if our waitress was ghetto or southern. I still don't know, but I liked what she was throwing out there. So
she was a good waitress, yeah. And we might have to get together again on Thursday. We'll see what happens. Fucking so nice to have football back. Just eating wings. God, I love it.
Wings, beer, sports.
Steiny's always a good time, yeah. But for this game, just thinking about it, looking at it, like I was saying that Seattle has a really good defense. They've been kind of hitting on some of their draft picks, and The Lions, though, how can you go against them? They feel like the team of destiny this year. They beat the Chiefs. They got everyone loves Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, ex-movie star. I'm gonna pick them here, -5.5.
Interesting. I'm actually on the Seahawks +5.5. I think that, again, I'm not big on the Seahawks at all. I just think how the NFL works, everyone's going to kind of regress a little bit more towards the mean. Like, Seattle wasn't as bad, and they're not going to be as bad as they were. They're going to have some pride. The Hungry Dogs run faster. They're going to be running really fast on that turf. And I'm kind of with Mike Tirico, who said there's a little asterisks on the Detroit Lions win. With no Chris Jones or Travis Kelce out there.
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely still impressive win for the Lions. I do think Jahmyr Gibbs has a good game for sure in this game. Amon-Ra's definitely going over 100. Probably around 8 to 12 catches for at least 110. Hopefully he gets a touchdown. If not, his floor I think is really good in this game regardless. Seattle, yeah, I think Geno has a good game here. I think that
I like DK.
I actually like the other guys, but I only like the other guys like JSN and Tyler Lockett because DK scored a touchdown last week. He had a nasty ass fucking little whoop route that Mark Sanchez actually, who was pretty good on the calls on Fox. Mark Sanchez is pretty good for being a shit quarterback and the butt fumble guy. He's actually pretty good. He has good inflection and cares. But yeah, he hit a good Chris Berman whoop and you just shook him nasty, but. Yeah, I like this game for a lot of points. This is a fantasy all-star game where it's everyone's got players in this game, and you're all hoping they go off. So if this goes under 47, there's going to be a lot of upsets in fantasy for guys that are projected to win this week. But yeah, I like the Seahawks to be able to keep it in within a touchdown. Maybe have some weird shit.
Nice.
Under 7.
Yeah. Real quick, guys, I just thought of this. I was thinking I wanted to trade for JSN all off season, and I was just telling myself to hold off because I do like Flowers too. And right now though, I'm thinking Blip or Chip, JSN. He didn't play as much as people hoped. He obviously has a little wrist surgery he just got done. What do you think?
I think he's a chip. I actually had a trade set for Mike Land. I was thinking about offering Dak Prescott and Saquon Barkley for JSN and a first-round pick, which I think is an even trade for someone that might want to win now. But I didn't want to pull the trigger because I want to win now too, and I don't know if JSN is going to really be a difference maker this year, and I can still use the flexibility by having a quarterback in Dak Prescott because they're valuable. And they're the only one out there right now is Josh Dobbs. So in order to get better at quarterback, you have to trade for one. Geno Smith, who's playing in this game, went for a first-round pick in 2025. So if I'm only getting one back for Dak plus Saquon and a rookie, I still think he's a chip though. But I'm not ready to buy him right now. But if you're a reloader, maybe someone like Willie in our Dynasty League. Maybe instead of just banking on those picks, you use those picks to get young commodities. But yeah, I think he's a chip. Maybe not in Dynasty, I think he's a chip overall, but not maybe a right now chip. Maybe a later in the season chip.
Right now, I'm out. I'm Blip on him. I loved him so much, but
Did you even watch a lot of that game? I didn't get to see much.
yeah, I actually. Well, I was just watching stuff from highlights and things from that game. I mean, aside from what Red Zone was showing, yeah, I was watching the individual guys, but no, just some of the things with
knock it off.
just how much he played.
Lay down.
Obviously, Lockett could be gone. I think after this season, but yeah. I'm still sticking with the Lions under 5.5, and yeah, you're going to Seattle, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know one, but yeah, it's a fun game regardless.
Yeah.
Maybe some injuries. They're playing on turf. Look out.
Yeah, that will be a fun Next, we've got the Raiders at the Bills.
I'll start with this one. Yeah, so just initial gut reactions. I haven't looked at this line. Is that 9.5 or 4.5?
9.5.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Bills are favored by 9.5 against the Las Vegas Raiders. So Jimmy G was looking comfortable up there again. Were they in Denver? Or they were at home? They were at home against Denver. He's looking comfortable in the pocket. I think the Bills are going to come out hungry as fuck. Josh Allen was pissed off as fuck in his post-game press conference.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, dude. He's playing like Dick. He's playing like fucking Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's okay, but it's... Brett Favre only won 1 Super Bowl.
You gotta win.
And he's got to at least get to the fucking Super Bowl too, Josh Allen, which is crazy because his rookie season, he was trash. Like most quarterbacks that have rookie seasons like his, they don't pan out and become MVPs in the league or top 3 quarterback dynasty picks, or just in general, just great fantasy players. But he obviously superseded that after a year 3 breakout. But it seems like even in that year 3, he would make these same kind of mistakes, but he'd have great like booms as well. And for him to seem like he's not actually like getting better is a little shocking, and I don't know if I truly believe it, because I think he's a good ass player. I think he's now just a true veteran and knows how the league operates. I think that the Jets just fucked with him a little bit. It's a weird game. 9/11, Aaron Rodgers, his friend, who he's friends with, basically just went out for the year. So the tempo just changed, and like the focus and mindset changed for both teams in that game, where they didn't necessarily probably respect the Jets as much. They feel like they could take more risks. Maybe he did, Josh Allen, without Rodgers in there. But yeah, I'm taking the Bills, 9.5. I know it's a lot, but give me the Bills.
Yeah, that is a lot, and I can easily see them winning by 10. It's tough for me to pick between the over, which is 47, or that, because exactly, I feel like Josh Allen is going to come out just slinging it. Look for your Bills this week.
This is a Gabe Davis type game.
Yeah.
This is a James Cook type game. This is like all the secondary guys. So against good teams, you go to like the Stephon Diggs like with the Jets, but all the secondary guys, this is when they pop off.
Dalton Kincaid,
yeah.
Dawson Knox.
Exactly.
And honestly,
Latavius Murray fucks around, gets a touchdown against his old team. Who knows?
ooh, that's spicy. Anytime touchdown. I wonder what that is. On the Raiders end, I would do anytime touchdown for Devontae. He's always good for something. I feel like, especially after last week, he didn't get one.
Garoppolo looked all right though
Yeah.
last week from the little red zone highlights. I know they only show their chunk plays when they get into the red zone. That's pretty much all they were showing of that game. But I liked Devontae was wide open. He was getting the ball to him. So
Bills are supposed to have a good defense, but they let up a couple big runs through. I feel like Josh Jacobs could start going again. I think I might take the over, 47. Yeah, Raiders didn't look too bad. I don't think their defense is great, but Bills can say the same thing, but they're going to come out slinging, and not going to watch that, obviously.
yeah, I guess I'm just thinking in my mind, who do I see? We have a West Coast team going to East. I just don't know if I would. If you have any Raiders in your lineup, you're kind of just like, shit, I wish they were playing someone else. So that's kind of why I'm on the Bills.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
That's very valid, 100%.
Again, play those secondary Bills. that's my takeaway in that game for fantasy.
Yeah.
What do
This
we got
one
next?
is a similar metric. We got Chargers at Titans.
Ooh, it used to be a beautiful uniform game when you used to have the Steve McNair white helmets and the Titans, but
Yes.
their new cartoon shit sucks.
Yep. Titans love the Oilers. Anyways, in this game, I'm completely off the Titans this year. I feel like they can hold on as long as they want to try, but it is inevitable. I think they suck, and there's nothing Mike Vrabel can ultimately do.
Do you think Vrabel needs a new start, at a different team, or does he stick it through no matter what? They just need a quarterback.
They're just at a weird time, yeah. I feel like they're forcing it with these quarterbacks. That who knows if they know what they're looking for in a quarterback. It kind of seems like they're just taking who falls to them and listening to the media, like Malik Willis. He's supposed to be the QB1 this year. Oh, we're getting him in the fucking.
They had value for him though. Like
Yeah.
All that hype was saying second round Malik. They got him in like the 5th or whatever, so it wasn't like that much of an investment. But I know what you mean.
Well, yeah, Levis, same story. People were saying, oh, he might go number 1 or whatever.
Everyone else passes on him, but they're the one that bites. It's like, thank you, dude. Someone had to.
Yeah. And, yeah, I think they just kind of, Derrick Henry, they're phasing him out. Tajay Spears.
He actually had a good snap percentage. Tajay Spears was
Yes.
playing a lot.
Yeah, I think he would be my chip, honestly. I like him a lot.
That's another pickup in waivers and redraft leagues because Tajay Spears might not be drafted in a lot of leagues. So
Yeah.
he's another maybe stash guy. If you got an injury, you got someone on IR, but you don't need someone to start right away.
He looks really good. And then, but Titans, I mean, wide receivers, it's like a toss-up. Tannehill sucks. Get Levis in there. Fuck, who cares? That's what I'm thinking at this point. He's probably faster than Tannehill at this point. I mean, Tannehill's fast, but yeah, it's I don't even know their defense, honestly. I feel like it's supposed to be pretty decent, but like, who's there?
I feel like they don't have guys like that on defense, and they always rank like high up there. But I think that they're always just juiced by their division, or that's what they've been juiced by that.
True.
For so long. That's why they're always in like the top 12 in defense, like total differential and stuff like that. So I always take that with a grain of salt. But
you're right. On the opposite end, Chargers. I love my boy Eckler. He might have got dinged up a little bit, but I feel like he'll be okay.
Josh Kelly is a waiver guy out there.
Josh Kelly, waiver wire pickup for sure. If he's hurt.
Eckler probably plays, but that just is a sign of Eckler's already banged up early on. Eckler's a fantasy guy, so you feel like he's always going to play when he can play even a little bit. He's always going to push the play. But yeah, Josh Kelly is a buy for me in waivers.
Yeah, I think you've had him before.
Yeah, I'm saying across all leagues though. So I have him over like Kenneth Gainwell. So right now, the guys we brought up, we have Roshan Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, Tajay Spears, and
Josh Kelly.
So those are kind of like the names out there in like fantasy, and they still are all not clear running back ones. Kenny Gainwell has the volume of running back one. Again, he might miss Thursday, but can you really trust a true running back one in Philly? But yeah, the Chargers, Brandon Staley, dude, his days have got to be fucking numbered, dude. If they don't make it to the playoffs this year and win a game in the playoffs, he's done.
Yeah.
And he might be done if by week 6 they're 2-4, he might be done type shit, because whatever he's selling them, the players ain't buying in. You can't have these studs on defense. I know Khalil Mack's old. They have Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and Derwin James. And they have Asante Samuel Jr. Like, they got corners. Like, they invested on that
Jackson,
shit.
I think.
They got, like, I think his name's Kenneth Murray, who I wanted, like, the Packers to get an inside linebacker 1 year from Oklahoma. Like, they got guys. So
yeah. Oh my
whatever
God.
they're doing, it's just not fucking working.
Yeah.
So
But the
what's
line
his name?
is 3.
Oh, I thought that was 6.
I'm definitely picking the Chargers -3.
Yeah, both teams coming off a loss. Tennessee home opener. They kind of sometimes have the Mike Vrabel Patriots tendencies where they just play teams close and they're just annoying to play with. I'm gonna go with the under 45 here. I think this one goes under.
Nice.
But yeah, as far as fantasy standouts, that's the thing why I'm going under, because I don't see any clear-cut ones. I think Derrick Henry probably has a good game, volume-wise. I think that's your one stud. You don't really feel comfortable playing anyone else. Maybe DeAndre Hopkins gets a touchdown, but I still don't see a lot of volume where he's like over 20 points in fantasy.
Yeah.
And yeah, who knows? I'm going under though.
Even at Herbert, I'm just like, we'll see.
Ooh, ugly game of the week here.
Colts at Texans. Basically a pick-em. Colts are favored by 1. Battle of the rookies at Houston. Over under of 40.
I know where I'm going in this one.
This game is shitty shit.
Shitty bang bang. Oh yeah, is Anthony Richardson playing? Willie was over here. Said he missed the the last offense possession they had. So it might be
Oh.
Minshew Mania. So if it is Minshew Mania, that changes. That makes you love the Colts, actually. No bullshit.
Huge difference, yeah. We got, I don't know where to go with this. I think Damian Pierce might have a bounce back game. CJ Stroud, who knows how he'll be. I guess he looked okay. If Anthony Richardson plays, you gotta play him on your team. I feel like Pittman got lucky kind of last week. He won't have as good of a week this week, so I don't know who you're playing this week if you got these guys.
Yeah, I think because in Dynasty it's obviously harder to get these like waiver wire guys, like we mentioned earlier, like Gainwell, Roshan, all those guys. Like most of them are already on teams. But Zach Moss is one that might be out there in Dynasty if no one has him. I don't know if he's playing, but Deion Jackson clearly wasn't it. It's hard to be it with a rushing quarterback when that's going to be when you have Cam Newton, rookie year Cam Newton, basically having the option to run the ball. You're going to take that over Deion Jackson. So whatever running back is out there, you don't really value him unless they get a touchdown. So maybe Zach Moss in like deep leagues if you need a deep flex. But yeah, how about my Houston Texans? They kind of surprised. They hung around for a little bit with Baltimore. They played okay. They got a couple takeaways. Nico Collins had a good game. He had like 5 for 80, which is kind of around what I was saying was like what I was expecting for him, like around like 70 to 80 yards and a handful of catches, like chunk plays.
Yeah.
So I could see him having a good game. Robert Woods had a good game last week for the Texans, or at least volume. I don't know what his stat line was or anything, but he had volume. So I think maybe like a Tank Dell anytime touchdown would be a little fun play if he's on there for a daily wager. But I like that. I think the Texans will put up points, and if Gardner Minshew plays, I think the Colts are going to put up points too. Like an Alex Pierce type will get a touchdown.
But I'm going over 40 in this game because
I don't believe in any of the defenses that much. I think both teams can kind of take a breath where they're not playing playoff teams from last year. Actually, I don't know if the Ravens did the playoffs, but they have Lamar Jackson and they're good. And then the Colts coming off the Jaguars.
I'm going to take the under. So we're on opposite ends on that one. Because I do actually think Colts have decent defense, and same with the Texans. I don't believe in either of their offenses. Especially the rookies this week. It's going to be a long season for these rookie QBs, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of rookies popped off in general, but yeah.
Not the QBs, really.
Not the QBs, yeah.
But yeah, we'll not be watching that game, unfortunately. We got, the next one should be great.
this is America's game of the week for me.
America's Game of the Week?
For me.
For Aaron. United States of Aaron. America.
Well, it's a noon game, so I don't know if it can be the game of the week, but it's mine.
No, it is a great one. Ravens at Bengals. Yeah,
Give me Bengals over everything. If you got Joe Burrow, if you got T. Higgins, if you got Jamar Chase, I think they're all going to pop off this week.
Tyler Boyd.
Maybe we get a fucking Irv Smith touchdown.
Irv
just
Smith.
Just to fuck around.
Joe
a little
Mixon.
bit. But yeah, I'm taking the Bengals all day in this one. -3.5 at home. I think the Ravens, they struggled against Houston, which I think is still okay and is kind of expected. I expected them to come out a little bit slow. I think just being with like a new offense and everything like that. But you love, for the Ravens, you love seeing Zay Jones get the volume as an extension of the run game type guy. They lost J.K. Dobbins. So are the Baltimore Ravens a team that, I was talking with Willie about this, like do they go for like a Leonard Fournette? Do they go with Kareem Hunt? I think Melvin Gordon's back. He's going to be activated now on the fucking squad. Or is it fucking a round ball of Gus Edwards?
You know they love Gus Bus. They love him.
But yeah, I think the Ravens are primed for maybe a little Alvin Kamara acquisition. I heard Jonathan Taylor being floated out there, but they're not the type of organization that's going to pay a lot for these guys. So if they can get them for like third-ish, maybe they would do it. But I don't see the Colts ever doing that. But maybe the Ravens would with Kamara. But I think the Bengals are still the top of the AFC. They're up there with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think the Jaguars sneaky up there too. But I see them winning this game, and I see them putting up a lot of points. So I'm taking Bengals -3.5.
Yeah, Ravens defense supposedly was really good, and caught a couple glimpses of them. Zay Flowers, shout out to my boy.
I know, I have him in like some redraft leagues, and like I was trying to initiate trades. It's like just like throwing Zay Flowers in there. It's like I kind of don't want to trade Zay Flowers at the same time. Like he's fun to have.
Yeah, he's a fun player to have. He looks like
he belongs.
Yeah. If you need a couple yards, throw it to Zay, no problem. I feel like I don't know. He's gonna be a good rookie, which is awesome to see. I feel like he might get 1,000 yards. I feel like, which would be crazy, but I'd take that bet right now, honestly, because OBJ, Andrews,
Rashad
Bateman
barely played.
What is it with these Ravens? Like, they must have something going on in their training facility. All these people get hurt. Dobbins, fucking Lamar was hurt last year.
The Dobbins shit sucks, but yeah.
Yeah, it does. It really
His
does.
career's over. Like, I have him in Dynasty. I know Cam Akers came back in 6 months, but I still think Cam Akers sucks dick. Like, I might just drop J.K. Dobbins if I need fucking roster space. Like, he's just gonna be off my team. I don't see him ever playing in the NFL.
Yeah,
again.
it's tough because he came back early from the knee, and then that kind of messed him up last year, and now Achilles is way harder to come back from, I feel like. Cause
especially as a running back, you just need all your fucking initial power.
Yeah,
Leverage.
you can't even move and shit. And yeah, did you see the close-up of Rodgers? That shit was insane to think about.
Yeah, I look like KD's basically. We could just see him, the fucking like calf almost snap, and it's like, oh shit, this has no support anymore.
Yeah, crazy as hell. But this is a tough one to pick. I can see a bounce back for Joe Burrow, and I think the Ravens kind of put it together more. So I think I might go with the over here.
I like that. I just thought about this, but this was Jamar Chase's breakout game as a rookie. Was against the fucking Baltimore Ravens, where he went for like 180 yards and like 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Shit.
So,
I'm playing Jake.
I think, really?
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, so I think Jamar Chase is gonna pop the fuck.
Fuck.
If you can trade for him somehow in redraft leagues, like I drafted Christian McCaffrey like 3rd overall, and in one league, and obviously Chase went 2. And it's like I'm thinking, like, should I just fucking try to get Chase now? Like I have Burrow. Like, do I buy that little like dip? But it's just so hard because I don't have to build for it. But yeah, I like the over in this game. I see a lot of points. I see a lot of points by the Bengals. So what do you think about the Bengals last week in general?
I mean,
We both were on the Bengals. We both
Yeah.
picked them to win.
Browns have a better defense than I thought. Browns are better overall than I thought. So
Blame the elements a little bit too.
yeah, I'm gonna blame that for sure. I think we know Joe Burrow is the highest paid quarterback. They have the best receivers. Their defense is solid. So everyone had them almost as a team to beat this year, it feels like, besides the Chiefs maybe. Last year it was maybe the Bills, and everyone wasn't thinking about the Chiefs last year. Everyone was on the Bills. I feel like everyone was kind of on the Bengals before the Burrow injury, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that plays a factor too. No practice, going up against Myles Garrett, fucking doing crossovers right in front of
That
his
shit
face.
was tight.
I like low key fuck with that. Like I kind of think of it as basketball. Like I'm not a good stand up shooter. Like I like shooting off the dribble more. You get a better rhythm.
Yes.
And you kind of like you can time a little bit. I'm surprised more people don't do that. I know they do the rock back and forth, but the little like side to side. I bet you that becomes a little bit more of a thing now.
Yeah, because for one, linemen are heavier. They're not as coordinated as the defensive rushers. So, if you really think about it, these guys are like 6'6", pretty coordinated, like just thick-ass NBA players.
They have the longest arms in the fucking league in the NFL,
Yeah.
and they're like 280 pounds, but they have fucking abs, dude, because they're like 6'6", yeah.
Just monsters, and so they can do crossovers.
Just
they can do
with the
between
fat
the
ass
leagues.
centers, with the
Yeah.
fucking rubber elbow pads, like Lucas Patrick, who's trying to start fights with Jair. We see you out there with your fucking elbow pad ass bitch.
It's
So,
like-
boys, you two Tanyan, stay on the floor.
If
But
you
wait,
can-
can't get on the fucking field. Bitch.
If you can make them miss in a phone booth like the same way that running backs do, it's advantageous. But obviously, he makes it look easy. He's a monster.
Hover out there.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah,
Brought
the
you
shit
what
was
looking
tight. Also, but it just takes people a second to react to moves, which is obviously why you do it in basketball. So it's like, why wouldn't they be kind of doing that in real life?
As receivers, that's what Devontae kind of does with his footwork.
Yeah.
He plays like a basketball player, so
God,
they should work on the line too.
miss him so much.
I know. Gone are the days where he's getting traded to the Jets. That's out the fucking door.
True, Bakhtiari is staying with us.
Bakhtiari, going to the fucking Jets. I'll tell you that.
Fuck, man. Yeah, thank God. Jets, the fans just so.
This is a 1:00 game too. So the next game we got is
Holy
the Kansas
shit.
City Chiefs at the Jaguars. They played last year in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they played like week 17 or 18. I think the Jaguars won, and then they played in the playoffs and it was close again. I feel like the Jags might have gave that game away a little bit. I don't fully remember though, but yeah, we have Kansas City -3 at Jacksonville. Again, Kansas, that's a good line.
Yeah,
that's a good fucking line.
they got Chris Jones
Basically a
back.
true pick on.
Yeah, this one's tough.
That's a fun one to watch. We'll see if Calvin Ridley can fucking build off his 100-yard first half, going fucking bananas for all the guys who waited and all the guys that believed in him to pick him first pick around 3 is basically who's going. Sometimes late second round in redrafts over guys like Olave, T. Higgins, Devontae Smith. So that was just affirmation that you made the right fucking move if you took Calvin Ridley, because Christian Kirk is irrelevant again. He's nothing unless you get an injury. Zay Jones had a sick ass fucking catch,
Yeah.
and he plays like the X receiver type. So Christian Kirk's kind of the odd guy out. But yeah, I like Jacksonville a lot.
Yeah, I really like that one.
They're at
honestly.
home too. I gotta
Yeah.
think about this one a little bit more. So the over under is 51.5. So another fantasy fucking
Yeah.
line that you love to see.
Is
That's
Kelsey
fantasy
back?
over-under. I don't think there's an official word, but if he was close enough to play in week 1, coming off a loss, I'm saying Kelsey's gonna play.
I know that there's like a new documentary out, Kelsey, that came out today on Amazon, I'm pretty sure.
It
So-
goes like week to week about his like season, right? Is that what it is?
I think it was about last year, but yeah, something like that. I don't know.
I think it's week to week.
That'd be crazy. But yeah, I do hope he plays. This game is gonna be awesome. If he does play, I would take him. You know, you gotta take Patty, and Trevor Lawrence is looking great. Calvin Ridley, that addition, the sky's the limit. It's really fun to see. It's fun to see, like, because if you think about it, Lawrence had good ass receivers at Clemson, so it's fun to see him with some talent at receivers finally. And
Yeah.
I just, the Jaguars, I believe in their defense too. They've got a lot of guys. Their line is not terrible. I think I like them a lot this year. I'm gonna pick them here. +3 at home. Obviously, it's Mahomes, but the Jaguars are good.
The Jaguars are good, dude. Like I said, I alluded to it, I think, in a couple podcasts ago, and even a little bit when we were talking about the Bengals game. I think the Jaguars are like Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah,
They
they are.
because I think the time is just right for them with their quarterback being on a rookie deal. They're the type of team that can make a in-season acquisition to make their team better.
True.
Because they still have a guy on a rookie deal. But for this game, I'm going to actually go the under. I'm going to go the under 51.5.
Smart.
My personal storyline is I'm looking to see Kadarius Toney's bounce back and like the Sky Moores, because I think Travis Kelce will play. It's probably not worth it you taking Travis Kelce anytime touchdown because it's like even money, or probably like minus 125. I bet it would be. But maybe if you could get like a 2 touchdown line for Kelce, just like a welcome. Oh, you missed week 1. Well, fuck, instead of having first and goal on the 2-yard line, instead of running it any times, we're just gonna try to throw it 3 times to Travis Kelce or do some shovel pass shit. That's what they're gonna do.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm just interested to see how the other guys go because I heard a stat. I think I was listening to a podcast today, one of those JJ Zachary, some like 15-minute quick hitters, and he was talking about the snap counts. I think it was that I was listening to. Because I didn't really consume any other fantasy stuff because I watch with D's eyes. But he was saying how I think like MVS and Sky Moore have like the highest percentage of route participation, but like the lowest target percentage. And Rashee Rice and Kadarius Toney had low route percentages but high target rates. So when they were on the field, they were getting targeted. I didn't get to watch a lot of the second half of that Thursday game, so I didn't see the total like Kadarius Toney like blow up where everyone was hating on him. But I obviously saw the replays, and Kadarius Toney's a great Twitter follower, and he's a troll. He's trolling the Giants after they got fucking walloped 40-0 by the Cowboys, and when all the players were chirping at him. So I like to believe that he's better than what he showed, so I might play him actually in Dynasty this week in my flex.
Oh shit.
Or him or Njoku, so we'll see. But I'm going to take the under because I think that these teams will probably settle for field goals a little bit more than we would assume. Than we would want them to, I guess, if you have them as fantasy governors.
I like that. Yeah, that's a...
But fun game. I'm surprised it's a noon game, but that's really good. I'm interested to see. I don't know the lineup at all. I'm interested to see what the 3:00 games are because that Bengals Ravens is a great noon game, and so are the Kansas City and Jaguars.
2 AFC playoff matches, pretty much. Next game is battle for California. 49ers at Rams. 49ers are favored by 8, and the over/under is 44.
At the Rams.
Rams, yeah, fuck, man. They look good. Good coaching will go a long way. Obviously, you got a couple breakout wide receivers and what's his fucking Stafford? I was gonna say Sam Bradford.
Same shit.
Same shit.
Not really. Stafford's a little better, but
yeah, Stafford. He looked really good. 49ers obviously looked amazing. So
yeah, we thought that the Steelers were gonna be close. Well, I thought it was gonna be an over game, but I still thought the Steelers would put up some points. But the San Francisco, you gotta imagine they were just coming off of being so demoralized in the NFC Championship game, having to go down to whoever the fuck was playing quarterback for them at the end, like Debo, damn near. That they just have something to prove this year. The Rams. As a Cooper Cup owner, I'd love to see the Rams win every single game. But I kind of think the Rams had a little bit of what I call a little bit of what I call in basketball of R-word confidence. Because we're on YouTube, I'll keep that clean. But they got that special confidence when you're not actually that great. You're not a good player, you can kind of be convinced and for any given Sunday kind of play above and play better. But I think reality kind of hits I'm going to call them the St. Louis Rams. They're going to hit the St. Louis Rams here and kind of come back down to earth, even though they're at home. But is it really a home game in LA? They're all bandwagon fans anyways. But yeah, so I know it's a big number, but again, give me the big number. I'm going to take the 49ers. I do like to see Kyron Williams get some clock in there. I never was high on Cam Akers. I think that Cam Akers, he was on the way out after the Super Bowl at the start of last year. They didn't really want him back, even though he came back from Achilles. He was they were looking with the Kyron Williams acquisition to kind of get him out of there. He kind of just had a good second half of the year when they were tanking, so... I hope the Rams keep winning because if they can be like 2-2 by week 5 when Cooper Kupp is eligible to come back, that might mean that he comes back. But yeah, we'll see.
I hope they win.
I think I like the under here. And
What is the number?
the 44. Yeah, over under 44. So, I mean, this is a surprisingly awesome matchup. You've got the battle of coach, mentor, and mentee with Shanahan and McVay. So that's awesome. Always love to see them going at it. Two great offensive minds, and honestly, two pretty good defensive coaches. I mean, I can't say that the Rams are a great defensive team, but I do think it's going to be tough for the Rams to score this week. I don't think their wide receivers go off as much, and 49ers defense is probably going to lock down their run game. So it's going to be a tough one, I feel like. It'll be, and then on the opposite side, maybe the 49ers get a couple of touchdowns. And maybe the Rams do kind of keep it close, but I think it'll be a better game than people are thinking, just because the Rams are somehow one of those teams that are just better coached than other teams now, which is kind of unexpected. We got a little break here for some...
No, I was still listening. So yeah, a little trick. If you ever spill wine as a wine drinker, baking soda or baking powder helps.
Whipping up the Yola.
Yeah.
Put a little baking powder on it. We're all good.
So who'd you have in this game? You said you're taking the under?
I'm going to take the under. 44. Yeah, I think
44.
I think they kind of keep it close, but it's still tough to score for both teams.
What do you think fantasy-wise? You looking at any players?
Fantasy-wise, Ayuk looked great.
Oh, that was so nice. 2 tutties in the first half.
Yeah, and he's always been a good route runner.
I withdrew my trade offer that I had to Mike Lan out there for like all off season. It was like Ayuk for her first round pick. I was like, let me just withdraw this because with Cooper Kupp, I might need this motherfucker.
Yeah, he looks good. McCaffrey, your 49ers. Kittle was kind of hurt, I guess, so can't really count on him, I guess. I probably will still play him on my team. And then the Rams.
Tyler Higbee.
Kyren Williams with the breakout. He's looking nice. He's a nice waiver ad. And then Puka Nacua. Everyone was talking about him apparently, but he was just picked up in our Dynasty League. Will got him, unfortunately. Will's got a lot of young wide receivers, so if he still does good this week, that's it for me. I'm sold because the 49ers defense is legit, and Puka Nacua is decent, but I don't think he's going to get like 10 catches. I don't think he's going to do any of that. Tutu Atwell, I'm sorry. You are very fast. I hope you get as many points. That was frankly awesome that the Rams wide receivers did so well.
Yeah, what's nice, Puka Nacua he doesn't play a slot really, so he can actually be complimentary. Theoretically, if the Rams can keep this up with Cooper Kupp, he can kind of be the Robert Woods role where he's the over-the-top guy clearing out everything for Cooper Kupp to run underneath. So it's all positive. You saw Sean McVay in the locker room. They seem hyped up. They seem like they really cared. That's why I said they kind of had like that dumb confidence in them. But who knows, dude? If they just keep up that same mentality, who's to say that they can't get back just playing like 800 football, or 800 football?
Yeah, no.
Get back to 500.
500, yeah. I get what you mean, though.
That's all they need to do in the NFC West. Like we're not high on the Seahawks this year. They beat them in Seattle, a notorious hard place to play. Now they're home against the 49ers, who they beat to get to the Super Bowl on a Cooper Kupp awesome catch. I don't think they have the horses. I'm still in the Niners, but in general, I like that the Rams, I hope that they just keep going for it and don't just keep punting on the season, because they're in LA. You got to stay relevant. You got to keep selling those season ticket holders. You got to keep doing that.
True. Got to sell the luxury boxes. And that's
Arsenal owner Kroenke. Fuck you. Kroenke out, bitch.
that's
St. Louis.
the last of the noon games or 1 o'clock games.
God, there's so many 1 o'clock games. Holy shit! Is there like 2 standalones?
It looks like there's 4 4 o'clock games, so 3 o'clock games. So we got the Giants at the Cardinals.
Not too shabby, eh?
Yeah,
Not too
it came
shabby.
out.
It works for clothes too. Alright, sorry.
OxyClean.
Bobby Mays here.
Billy May.
Hey, we're over that. There used to be some good times. Those 10 days of stay for some hell times and some good times. It made you learn how to hustle.
Yeah, we were snake oil salesmen in a different lifetime. Builds character. But our next game, we've got the Giants at the Cardinals. This might be a shitty ass game. This is a 4 o'clock game.
At Arizona? Okay.
At Arizona.
Yeah, so that's one that no one will be watching, but
Yeah, Giants are favored by 6, and the over-under is 39.5. Interesting game. Definitely like Saquon here.
Yeah, I mean, Saquon last week, it's hard when the game script's against them.
Oh,
He's
man.
running against 8-man boxes again.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get anything going. And you heard like Chris Collinsworth in the booth just saying how like let's get this guy out wide and have him run routes out wide to maybe get open because all the other guys are just average pedestrian guys. I do see some of the randoms from the Giants scoring today, but it's too hard to plan because you don't know which one to fucking pick. You don't know if it's Paris Campbell, not Sterling Shepard, he probably won't score, but Slayton or Hodges. It's like one of those guys will score. So I like Waller in this game for fantasy. You're obviously playing Saquon. For Arizona, I don't really like anyone. I don't feel confident playing anyone, so...
Nope. Wow.
That's a tough one. Yeah, give me the Giants. I think the Giants can win by 7. I think they can do that.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you. I'm gonna go with the Giants by 7 here.
It was surprising that Cardinals even kept it close against Washington, which is crazy to say, but yeah, the spread on that game was 7 and they covered. So.
Giants are gonna be probably so mad after losing by so much to the Cowboys at home if they don't come out like pissed as fuck.
No, I definitely agree that they will.
Yeah, I mean, this is football, baby. You gotta defend your honor. But our next game, R.I.P. New York Jets at Dallas Cowboys.
This probably was America's game of the week.
Yeah, America's game of the week. Hopefully they flex it out or something, swap it with that.
They can.
Oh, shoot. Well, anyways, they got the lines updated. We got Cowboys favored by 9.5. Over under 39.5. Similar to the Cardinals and Giants. Huh.
You got anything on the Cowboys?
Cowboys. 2 great defenses. They're going to obliterate the Jets' offensive line. Holy shit. It's going to be bad. Damn. I feel bad for Zach Wilson now. But other than that, I mean, Tony Pollard, we didn't really see these people.
Pollard. So fancy.
Pollard. Pollard's Pollock.
Polish?
Isn't that a fish?
Pushing Pollard.
Yeah, Pollard.
But what do you think about the Giants overall last week the Cowboys against the Giants? Were you impressed by them or?
Absolutely, yeah. Like we knew that Micah Parsons and them would be very good. They've got a couple first rounders on the defensive line, but holy shit, they looked really great.
Are you a Trayvon Diggs guy or do you think he's overrated?
I think he's good. I don't think he's top 10 corners in the league, but he's good.
Okay, that's fair.
And then, yeah, their defense is good. Jets' defense is similarly good, but of course, they just lost it all. Zach Wilson.
I know, it's going to be so hard. I love the Jets defense coming into this year, and I still obviously do. It's just hard because now they're going to be put in such more inopportune circumstances and have to go out there sooner and spend more time on the field. where you just think that eventually over time the better offensive team is just gonna kind of wear them down. It's so hard to have that much pressure on a team to be. They were talking 85 Bears for the Jets. Someone on the Jets said that. So it's so hard for them to keep that up when you have 3 and outs on offense and little check down routes. So Breece Hall, you like to see him playing well. He got the star. Dalvin Cook was running into fucking linemen in their back when he's got big ass holes and he just needs 1 yard. So yeah, the Jets. I feel kind of bad for them. It'll be interesting to see who they go for. Is it Cam Newton? Is it Carson Wentz? Is it Phillip Rivers? Does Tom Brady come back from the dead? They're gonna do something.
Trade for Jameis, you coward.
Trade for Jameis would be fun. That at least would be fun. Like I think that the players at least have like it'd be like comedic relief for like such a shitty situation. We got Jameis in here, like this guy behind this fucking wild ass, like funny ass dorky dude.
Launching it
compared to Aaron Rodgers, where everything is just like on edge every single like second. You go to fucking Jameis Winston, where it's just like you can kind of just relax a little bit about the situation. So I'm all in the Jameis to New York. Let's fucking Jameis
awesome.
and Johnson. But yeah, the Cowboys. I watched a little bit of that game. It was one that I actually turned off because after everyone was over here Sunday, there was apparently someone that was riding a Lime scooter down KK right in front of my house, and I hear this like yelling. It's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. I hear people like blood screaming, yelling like, wake up, wake up, wake up in the middle of my street. And then I go out to my porch like, what the fuck happened? And I just see some guy laying down with a Lime scooter just laid on outside. And they're yelling, wake up, wake up, wake up. And there's like 8 people surrounding him, 2 cars blocking traffic. And apparently the guy was conscious, but he was unconscious, but he was actually breathing. And so this whole time he was just not breathing at all. And the guy that his friend that was scootering with him on a separate scooter was wearing a Bears jersey, and the guy on the ground was wearing a Packer jersey. So he definitely was like day drinking and stuff like that. And apparently he just hit a parked car, and then the parked car stopped the car driving stopped, and so the car on the other side because they saw him hit his head on the fucking cement.
Holy shit.
So yeah, this guy was like knocked unconscious. So I was kind of watching the Cowboys-Giants game, kind of watching what was going on outside. But I wasn't impressed with Dak Prescott. He looks like a guy that got hit in the head too many fucking times. That guys to get knocked out, to get tatted up. If he ain't really about that life, don't fucking get the ink and don't go under the fucking bullet, bitch, or bite it. But he played like shit in the West Coast offense, super inefficient, terrible completion percentage. Missed CeeDee Lamb again on like an 18 to 20 yard touchdown, where if he puts the ball on him, it's an easy touchdown. But again, CeeDee Lamb has to jump like 3 yards to catch it. He's fucking the blackish Kirk Cousins. I think he sucks, and I think that the Jets can keep it within 9.5.
Nice. I might have to go with the under here. I have not ever, I guess, been a believer of Mike McCarthy's play calling. I feel like once it gets to this point, this is kind of like the stages of Mike McCarthy. You know, you go through, he's got the offensive coordinator, you're working with the offensive coordinator, you're good but not great, you go to the playoffs, you get knocked out, yada, 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 we're back. Oh, I'll start calling plays now. I'm Mike McCarthy, and it sounds like a great idea. Terrible idea.
It just buys him time.
Yes, exactly.
Job security.
It was the OC's fault, not my fault. So he got lucky that the defense played so well last week. I know you're hating on Dak. I don't think he's Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is better than Dak.
He is, yeah. He probably is, but I still think that it's not entirely his fault, I guess I'll say. So I'm going to go with the under, yeah. 2 offenses kind of still trying to figure it out probably in this week.
Yeah, against 2 good defenses, so it's going to be tough. So that's why I love the under, obviously. I think that Dak Prescott is definitely going to throw some picks. He didn't throw any picks last week. He's definitely going to throw some picks. He's going to get fucking sacked. Like, I think that's definitely an under game. America's game of the week. And it would have been so fun to see Rodgers go back into Dallas with a new team.
Oh my god.
Just do the same shit to the Cowboys fans. Like,
why did we get robbed of that? Yeah.
So no matter what you think about Rodgers, him being in the mix in the NFL is good for the NFL and the storylines and for us fans.
Yeah.
For fantasy relevance. Like Garrett Wilson, you're playing him no matter what, he's top 5 potential. He doesn't have that shit anymore. He does not have top 5 potential anymore. There's no way he's going to get consistent quarterback play and volume that would like constitute him being up there. It just sucks. There's so much fallout from that.
Yeah.
And it's going to hurt the run game. The run game's not, they're going to go against 8-man boxes again. Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall are going against big boxes, not too high safeties anymore. So the Jets are fucked.
Yeah.
They need to do something on quarterback. I don't know who it is, but I think Cam Newton would be dope. But
Cam Newton. I think Kaepernick would be dope.
If they got Cam Newton, they would just be like a high school team. They would just be like a high school team. It's like, all right, we got this running offense. We're just going to try to bully everyone. We're just bullying our way up and down the field. And it might work for a little bit. Just fucking zag all the way.
Hey, they got Randall Cobb, ex-quarterback, Kentucky. Why don't they just switch to Wildcat, fucking run it with Cobb, sling it to Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard, just toss it up there, see what happens.
Or fucking, Tim Boyle's their backup, who they initially were their third string because it was just Rodgers' friend. It's like, oh shit, now we need a real backup.
Damn, you're right. He was just his friend.
We just want a fun quarterback around. If they were hack, it's like, oh, I get to play with fucking Rodgers again.
I need a wingman,
bro.
Yeah.
Because I was at Point East with my girl during the game, and when everything happened, everyone was cheering when Rodgers got hurt. And I was just like, oh, that sucks. I'm a Rodgers fan. And I just see a clip of like Robert Sala on the sideline just steaming fucking mad, just like deadpanning, just like in fucking hell right now, like the meme with the fire going on behind it. And just like, oh my god, there's so much love and hype and Super Bowl aspirations for the Jets. I think he's the right coach to do it, to keep the guys together. They've been through it before. They're just going to probably try to treat Zach Wilson like, hey, you saw the example of what a franchise quarterback is. Just try your best to be that guy. And if we bring in another guy as a backup, like a Andy Dalton type, I can't imagine them getting Matt Ryan.
I know.
If they, because like Joe Flacco was for them last year, and he was so bad and so immobile and just terrible. They need someone mobile that just isn't afraid. I don't know who it is. I almost like DTR for the Browns for them. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, if they could do, get that dude
Get
Matt
Trey
Corral.
Lance. Get Trey Lance. Fuck
Did you
it.
see that dude Matt Corral? They were worried he was like gonna kill himself when he was cut from the Patriots.
Well, wasn't that just like the Patriots media putting that out there because he just didn't contact them? Did he ever like make a public statement yet?
I have no idea. Yeah.
They just didn't report this shit, and they put him on like some like physically not the PUP, but some weird like list or some shit. Where he's still on their team, but he just like didn't come to work.
Weird. Yeah. I mean, it's worth a swing for whoever you think is decent. Yeah. DTR looked fine. AOC or whatever out in Oakland. Aiden O'Connell.
I don't even know what that is.
He was on Purdue, but he was
Where's Jared Stidham at? Get Jared Stidham. Where the fuck he went?
Blau from fucking Hard
He's
Knocks.
a free agent, yeah. God, they're fucked.
They're
Bring
fucked.
back Sam Darnold. I think the actual true answer, though, they're gonna sign fucking Trevor Siemian. That's who they're gonna fucking sign. It's gonna be like tight.
I could see that, yeah. Or like they try and trade for Mike White from the fucking Dolphins.
Does anyone have Case Keenum? Like maybe get Case Keenum's fucking.
Yeah, he's on the Texans, and
He's
he's
on
kind of
the
like
Texans?
a
Okay.
assistant coach or something too, I guess.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if it's gonna suck. Yeah, that one interception by Wilson. It's just like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was bad. It was like it's like a Brett Favre thing, but not even as good as Brett Favre. He just tried to pinhole it in there, and there's two open guys right in front of them, and then two defenders right behind them. Just unnecessary.
Yeah, Josh Allen can get away with those picks because he has a little bit of a track record. Zach Wilson cannot. So what's the next game we got?
We got Commanders at the Broncos.
Ooh,
Commanders.
Samaje Perine revenge game.
Yeah. Or wait, no, he was on the.
He was drafted by them.
Oh my God, that's right. So the Broncos are favored by 3.5. Over under 38.5.
Broncos are favored by 3.5.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
So this is going to be Sunday in Denver after Colorado State. My Bucs playing at Mile High Stadium in Denver against Colorado State. And it might be a game where you think that they might be looking ahead a little bit to Oregon. But I think Deion will have those boys turned up in Denver, in the big city. That'll be enough of a little difference, enough of a profile where they shine. And then coming off of that, I like the Denver weekend. I'm rolling with the Broncos here. I don't really have much to say. Maybe Jerry Jeudy plays. That'd be cool. Lil Jordan had a good game. he's getting hella clocked. Adam Troutman is back. Greg Dulcich is probably going to go back on IR for another couple weeks. He hurt his same hamstring that he missed the first couple weeks of last year's rookie season. You like Samaje Perine's activity. It took me a while to even see him on the field because I couldn't. He was wearing 25 again, which I think was his college number, and yeah, he just looked a little bit different than he did for the Bengals. But yeah, I like the Broncos, a little bounce back here. Sam Howell playing on the road in altitude. Maybe get some of the receivers going because Dotson and McLaurin both didn't really do shit.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough week for McLaurin, I feel like. He'll probably be going up against Pat Surtain 2, Pat Surtain 2, PS2, and...
Do they call him that? They should.
I think they do. Yeah, they better.
Yeah, I like that. I was an N64 guy, so do they have isn't it Kobe Dean number 64?
Maybe. Yeah. But I don't know. Commanders are a weird ass team. Broncos are a weird ass team. It's tough for me to believe in the Broncos, even though they have Sean Payton, and same with the Commanders, even though they have Bieniemy now.
Pepe. Yeah, Ron Rivera, Antonio Gibson got benched the fuck out of. What's new? Back in the doghouse.
Drop candidate for sure.
Brian Robinson with the tutty catch.
Brian Robinson, yeah. I guess I'm gonna go with the Commanders just because I kind of like their vibes better. Totally a vibes pick. I hate when Sean Payton started the game with an onside kick. Did you see that?
I heard that they mentioned the onside kick. I might have been cooking or something when that happened. I didn't see it. No.
He did that in the Super Bowl, right?
He did that at the start of the second half in the Super Bowl.
And my thing is, I love when good teams do trick plays, and I hate when bad teams do trick plays. So
that's fair.
I fucking hate the Broncos more and more this year. I don't know. I'm just out on them.
That's what the Lions always do to beat the fucking Packers, or they used to with these flea flickers or reverse throws.
Yes. It's you're just barely scraping by. When a good team does it, it's oh fuck, I didn't think you'd fuck around like that.
And an onside kick to start the game, it's desperation city.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole situation seems weird. Why week 1? You do that week 1, do it week 8 or when you are still fighting for it,
Yeah, it's probably just Sean Payton ego thing. So you're on the Commanders, on the Broncos. No one's gonna be watching that game, so this 3:00 game kind of sucks. Or it's
wow.
With the Jets Cowboys being one game that literally everyone was going to watch, and it's probably the standalone game, and now all these other games suck.
Yes, and because next we got Dolphins at Patriots.
What's the line on that one?
Dolphins -2. I feel like the Patriots are not good, the over-under 46.5.
What? That's pretty high, though. That's a high over-under.
Yeah.
Schematically, it's just hard to go into New England and play them. You saw they bottled up Jalen Hurts and that beastie offense.
True.
but people are high on the Dolphins defense. Jake McKinney was here. He was high on the Dolphins defense. So was Willie.
Yeah. They should be good.
They should be good, yeah. But I don't have much else to say about this game, but I'm going to take the Patriots +2. What happened with Ramondre Stevenson? Why didn't he start the game? Because I saw some posts and everyone was saying franchise to him or some shit. What was it? I literally have no idea.
I have no idea either, because they were giving it to Zeke a lot and kind of running plays for Zeke that they used to do for Ramondre, and I was like, did he get hurt? But then all of a sudden at the end of the game, this is kind of what they do with Ramondre. They'll send him in the fourth quarter to just go ham, and they'll throw it to him 6 times in a row and shit, and that was what was happening.
I wasn't even sure he was playing at first.
Same. He had 3 points, and then he ended up with something 14 or something like that. But
I think he's doing a little better. Yeah, I think it was 16 to 18 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because all of a sudden out of nowhere they're throwing it to him every play, and he's running it, and he is good. He's fun for me to watch.
Actually, I'm gonna change my pick in this game. I took the Patriots. I'm gonna instead take the under 46.5.
Under?
I'm taking the under 46.5. The Dolphins played great. They were the most fun game of last week, them against the Chargers, and you knew it would be. Bob took the over. I stupidly didn't see it. I had the Chargers -3. But yeah, you had all the fireworks. Tua had a dope-ass fucking third down throw at Tyreek Hill. He
climbing the
as far as he
pocket.
could across his body, kind of barely even set his feet, just launched it up there. And you can't overthrow Tyreek, which, especially with Tua's arm, where he can only go maybe 52 yards down the field, you can't overthrow Tyreek. So no matter how early you throw it, he can run under that bitch. But yeah, Tyreek, it's crazy. He's still that fucking dude, man. He said it before the season started that he wanted 2,000 yards, and he's still out here winning people fantasy weeks, scoring over 40.
Yeah, he's going to get 2,000 yards if he doesn't get hurt, because no one can bottle him up, not even the Patriots. I'm going with the Dolphins -2 all day. They're not going to play spoiler this year. Some of their corners are hurt, and Miami's doing things on offense that other people just aren't. They have a purpose, honestly, and now that it's year 2, you kind of see it coming all together. You got the speed, you got the different motions, you got the quarterback who will make those throws. He's been throwing it deep, even if he can't throw it far. So they've got the defensive coordinator who knows what he's doing too. Give me the Dolphins all day. I really like them, and I feel like they might be against the Jaguars in the AFC this year.
I know Tua's looking like one of those fantasy guys where I personally was just off Tua because of his injury. He's one hit away, and he still is. But after a week like yesterday, it just makes you kind of regret not taking guys over him. Someone taking Dak Prescott over him is just asinine.
Yeah,
But,
I've been thinking he looks buff. He looks jacked, I feel like.
But it also takes me back to one of my high school football coaches, Coach Morse, cloudy and clear. So when you're playing the Los Angeles Chargers, there's a lot of clearness. There's a lot of blue skies when you're playing that sky blue, powder blue San Diego Chargers. But when you're playing Bill Belichick-led defense in Boston or in New England in Foxborough, it's going to be a little cloudier. And shit just doesn't go your way. Matthew Judon's not that good, but he's going to get pressures. They're going to get some designs to bottle up to him, make his life not as easy as he did against the Chargers. So that's why the Chargers. So that's why I'm taking the under in this game. But
yeah, no, that's a good call. Definitely, it's not going to be easy at all for them, and that leads us right into Sunday night, which is weird that this is the Sunday night game. We got the Saints at the Panthers.
This is really the Sunday night game?
Yeah. No. Right?
No. The Browns are.
Or wait.
No, there's two. Oh, wait. Yeah. This is the Monday night. This is 2 Monday night. This is Sunday night. Wow.
There's
Saints at Panthers. There's 2 Monday night games. Saints at Panthers.
No, we already had the
Sunday night.
Giants 49ers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is the Sunday
No,
night game.
no, we didn't. Giants,
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cardinals this week.
Oh.
And that's Giants Niners.
Wow, yeah, what is that?
So the Saints really fucked around. The Panthers are playing Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
What
Wait.
the fuck?
Thursday, Sunday.
That's it,
Sunday. That's the Sunday night game. This is Monday night. Saints Panthers Monday night.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we just talked about the Sunday night game.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's the
that
Sunday
makes more
night.
sense.
That's a decent one. Monday night though. Jeez. Saints at Panthers.
That's the best that they could do week 2 Monday night.
Monday night
We
games.
we talked about the fucking Ravens, Bengals. We talked about the Chiefs, fucking Jaguars.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
those are clearly gonna be the standalone games on I guess Fox and CBS. You know, those are 2 like CBS teams. But wow, I can't believe that we're ending the fucking slate with the fucking Saints Panthers. I didn't want to talk about them.
Yeah.
I was big on Adam Thielen last week as being an anytime touchdown scorer. That didn't fucking happen. He had like 2 catches. Stevie's boy Hayden Hurst getting that fucking Bryce Young's first career touchdown and tossing it into the stands. I love that move. Just another touchdown. That's what Bryce needs.
Just another tutty. Yeah.
Bryce looking small as a bitch out there.
I hate the NFC South. Honestly, like just talking about them, and I realize it. Falcons are cool, I guess, but this year especially, Saints, gross. Panthers, gross.
I wish I could take overs and field goals in this game. That's what I was
Right. Oh, this game is terrible. I mean, I can see Bryce throwing a couple picks. I guess the Saints will probably win.
Panthers have a decent defense, though.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Derek Carr didn't look terrible, I guess. My boy Shaheed. I would take him for any time touchdown, I guess, if I was looking at it.
I think I like
fast.
Olave for a touchdown. He had some target. He didn't get targets early, but he ended up with around like 10 catches for like 100 yards. So I think that
That's a nice
that
one.
Olave
Yeah.
could get a touchdown. Again, that's not going to be the greatest like money line, but if you have him in fantasy, that's you're obviously already playing him, but you feel confident in playing him as maybe you can count him in for like 20 plus points if you're like trying to scope out how you want to or map out how you want your points to fall out.
What's the line in this game?
Saints -3.
At Carolina.
Yeah.
And the over-under is 40.5. So
40.5.
pretty low.
Yeah. I'm going with Saints, I guess. I don't even want to pick either of them.
I don't either. I'm gonna take the Saints too, just because the Panthers didn't look good. They will be at home. I think the Saints might have had an injury. I don't fucking know. I think the Panthers have 0 weapons right now.
Yep.
Mingo's too young. Thielen's too old. Hayden Hurst is too white. Terrence Marshall is Terrence Marshall. Bryce Young looks small. I think, you know what, maybe Miles Sanders has a good game. Maybe Miles Sanders has a good game. Jamal Williams probably finds the end zone, but I don't see any other real value. Maybe a Jawan Johnson touchdown, the usual. So yeah, give me the Saints on that one.
Gross. And then so this is our last game. Yep, of the week. The Browns at the Steelers. Interesting game.
Oh, so that's one. So these are 2 Monday night games.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. I was confused. I thought that we fucking, goddamn NFL. So we're gonna have that. Who's that fucking the Hispanic guy that used to do the calls in the second ESPN games? Where he used to just say like, "Oh, this is so magical," yada yada yada. It's like Sergio or something. If you're out there, in the comments, put the announcer's name. I don't know who that is. We're just talking about like the level of football and stuff like that. But yeah, we got
Browns are favored by 2.5, and the over/under is 39.5.
at Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think about the Steelers last week? They lost Deontay Johnson. He's going to be out a couple weeks. What do you think about them overall? Or
Fryermuth is hurt.
he is?
40. He came back, but he was the one who got hit hard as fuck in the chest.
On the tutty, right?
Yeah. And then, yeah, Pickett didn't look great. It was the 49ers, though, so gonna take that with a grain of salt.
The Myles Garrett fucking
Yes.
crossing these toes over. They can make it easier.
Browns look great. And Pittsburgh Steelers, I thought they'd have a better defense against the 49ers, honestly, but still maybe not going to be as easy for the Browns to score as it was for the 49ers, I guess. But I'm still going to pick the Browns here. I guess I like the Browns more than I thought, and I feel like Amari Cooper could have a touchdown. Might be a tough one for Nick Chubb this week. Steelers, give me Calvin Austin. we made Yanni drop Allen Robinson.
He's like relevant because Deontay Johnson got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's gonna pick him up still, but
He had 5 catches. Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck around and pick him up because just because you mentioned, I got the roster space now. I got 2 extra guys on IR, so.
Yanni was saying like he's gonna go off and then Aaron's gonna pick him up or something like that.
I think I told him. I said I would drop Robert Woods. I think I already know who the fuck I told him. But I like to see Yanni being into the league and thinking about it. Yanni's got too many good running backs. I kind of want to get P. Ryan or maybe even Mostert. I don't know how much I pay for Mostert, but I would take P. Ryan off his hands.
Yeah.
But Yanni said that he's just going to be the Herb Cole Bucs, and I totally get what he means by that. Just kind of be in the mix, sell tickets for the fans, and just kind of get in the dance and then see what happens. Maybe I'll pop off, which I respect that he has a vision for his team. That's all I ask of every dynasty governor, just have a vision.
Yeah, I like to hear that too, honestly.
At least you have some vision.
Because it does make sense. He's got kind of these older guys and
who, even if he sells, he's not going to get much for him. So it's like, might as well just hold on to him. But
yeah, he obviously has a couple pieces that are nice and can get him a win. He did have the lowest points last week, though, so watch out.
Yeah, that was scary. So it was him, Michael Ann, and Stevie, and Willie had the lowest points. Willie was saying how he was right where he wanted to be in the 7 hole.
Yeah, he really is.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that holds true or if people make some moves. I know I got players available. I need a flex player in our dynasty league because I lost Dobbins, I lost Cup, who were 2 starters for me, or they already upgraded James Cook to a starter. So now I need one more flex, which has me fucking around trying to play maybe Kadarius Toney or David Njoku. So yeah, I'm open for business.
Yeah, you got hit hard with the injury bug.
I got Sal's third and Njoku for someone, just saying.
Oh.
But yeah, so in this game, I'm obviously Browns committed. I have a lot of Browns on my team. Deshaun Watson completion percentage again was a little bit iffy. There's so many reports about him running the ball. He ran in for a touchdown for his first touchdown of the year. I'm hoping that continues, and I think Stefanski did a comment today in his media availability that they expect him to keep running a lot and being a focal point of their run game, Deshaun Watson, which I think will just eventually just help him gradually get more used to the NFL and like the speed of everything and just being confident on the football field. I think that shit matters. Being a quarterback, you have to be the big swinging dick at the cracker factory for all these fucking white fucking owners and shit like that. And once he gets used to the stage and feels confident and starts feeling himself again, hitting up Mia Khalifa to play fucking Papa Shot with again, I think that he's gonna get his swagger back, but not this week. I'm going to take the Steelers plus 2.5. I don't love it, but I think that the Steelers are just going to be a little hungrier coming off that embarrassment by the 49ers.
I was just cracking up because I love that line. What did you say, the Cracker Club or some shit?
The big swinging dick at the Cracker Factory.
Oh, that was a great line. I love the take though. Yeah, you're going Steelers too.
That's the thing. Whenever I start these takes, I don't totally know where they're gonna end up, but I always spit something out of the machine. So you can either ride the wave or fade it. But again, last week I was 7-9, Bob was 10-6. We're gonna have some stakes on this, no matter the outcome today. Worst case scenario, $100 free bet. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess that's about it. We ran through. We got our. Anything else we need to cover? I guess.
I'm just thinking, do we have any shout outs or call outs?
True.
I'm just gonna give a shout out to everyone that came through this weekend. It was nice that I got a chance to have everyone over. I still just have the stock photos up. I'm working on my commitment issues, but we're slow and steady getting there. So I'll eventually commit to some pictures. I kind of want Teddy Roosevelt and John Muir looking out on Glacier National Park. I kind of want that
That'd
one
be
right
dope.
there.
And I was thinking Gandhi's spinning wheel for the horizontal one right there. And then that's actually a stock photo as well, the blueprints, but it kind of looks like a ghost, so I might just leave that until I make
Yeah,
up my
that's a
mind on
nice
that.
one.
But yeah, my shout out is for all the homies that came through. My mom was saying how I feel like a sophomore reunion. She hasn't seen any of these guys in so fucking long, and she didn't want to fucking leave. Everyone was like, we actually like hung around a little bit to the start of the fucking Sunday night game, which was just a sign of the good vibes going around. So it was nice to see everyone. I love this time of year. I love hanging out with everyone. I know everyone else loves it too. So no better time of the year than to fall in love with the game and stick with those 4 Fs and make sure you fornicate, because I know we got some Legos out there and some on the way in the league.
Yeah, and on the opposite end, gonna call out John Griffith. Should have stayed a little longer. Catch your boy. I was planning to come back to Aaron's and I did, but I think he was talking shit or something about me losing, and I would have beat you this week, so that makes it, I think, like I would have beat you 5 out of the past 6 weeks, except for 1 week in the championship. So just spit that fact and leave it at that.
With an asterisk.
With the asterisk.
No, but I want to support you. But that's such loser talk. As my podcast host, my confidant, my dead man Walkin, I want to support you. That's such fucking loser talk. And call-outs.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna be quiet when I say this, but my call-out is my upstairs neighbor. So she's probably, if I had to guess, I'd say anywhere from 25 to 28. But she reminds me of what I call a Marquette girl. So if you guys catch my drift, that's my call out. Stop fucking texting me about every little thing. I know you hear me fucking and you're jealous, but chill.
That's right.
You have a shout out?
For my shout out. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to my 2 hosts this week. I stopped at Yanni's place. I stopped at Aaron's. Food was good, drink was good. Great company. We met on Thursday. Love to see it. Hope to see some of the boys again this week.
Yeah, we'll have to get together at Jake Sheck's bar, Jake McKinney's spot, Bob's spot. Let's make a point of.
Yeah, I think Sunday is a good day for everyone.
Yeah.
But
and
yeah,
random Thursdays too, just for the first halves maybe, just for a reason to get together or grab some food or just shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Just smoke a bowl, whatever. Just sell high.
All of that. Yeah, just sell high.
Alright, but yeah, that's all we got. So it was a fun week 1. Again, for the people in our Dynasty Football League, I have to manually change the waivers every single week to start a claim at 10 a.m. So once the Monday night games start, I have to lock players again to manually do it at 10. But I still think that's better just for the competitive advantage for everyone in the league. And I think it makes it more fun that way at 10 in the morning, when people are on their phones, already have their days started, they can just get the banter going already. It's not some shit in the dark, some shady shit at fucking 3 in the morning or whatever the fuck it was.
Stay up!
So, yeah, you don't gotta stay up like that. But just be aware that if you claim a guy before Monday Night Football,
you might have to look at your claim again because I don't know if by me resetting when they're available, if that changes your claim. I hope that it wouldn't, but if that did happen to someone, let me know and I'll try to fix it. But I'm letting you know now that, yeah, 10 a.m. is the jump. So I'll catch you on the waiver wire and stay up, sell high. Peace out.